Hi, okay, I'll be going through this P1 paper for P4 WA3. So this is a 2023 paper, just take note. Okay, it's not written here, I know, but yeah, it's 2023. Okay, so let's begin. Just change my pen ink. Okay, what fraction does the following represent? All right, so I know the diagram is a bit unclear. So just take note, the first rectangle is shaded, second rectangle is fully shaded also. Then this one is a triangle, which is half of that rectangle. All right, so in this case, you count the full rectangles, which is two shaded rectangle. This is half shaded, so it's just 2.5. So it's option 2. Okay, now the next one, which of the following shows 1/3 of a set shaded? All right, again, wow, the shading is done very badly here. Even I myself can't really tell. Okay, I think we shall skip this question because the shaded is really very bad. Okay, so let's skip this. So anyway, if you want to count 1/3 of a set shaded, right? What you should do is, if let's say in exam the shading is done properly, you just count the fraction, work out the fraction that is shaded, see which of the fractions simplifies to 1/3. Okay, so it's just equivalent fractions. All right, so I'll just skip over this question because it's really unclear. Next, which of the following fractions is not the same as 0.4? All right, I want not the same as 0.4. So first, there are a few ways to do this. One way is you can change this to a fraction. Then you change to simplest fraction and see which one gives you that answer, which one is the same. If not, then another way is you can go on to change all this to decimal. All right, so there are many ways to solve from here. I'm not sure which way y'all have done. All right. But I think for me, I would find it easier now to change 0.4 to fraction. Because if not, then I have to change so many things here to decimal. Also can. All right, but I would just rather change one thing, which is the 0.4. So 0.4 is 4/10. Right. Sorry, my pen is a bit thick. Okay. So 0.4 is 4/10, which in this case, if I simplify it can also be 2/5. Right. Right? So let's see which one is out. They say not the same. So 4/10, this one is the same lah, right? 3/12. Now, if you notice that 3/12 is simplified, this is 1/4. 1/4 is not the same as 2/5. So this one definitely is the answer. 2/5, this one same. 10/25 simplified, divide by 5, 2/5. So you see, that means option 3. Option 3 is the answer already. Okay. Now arrange the decimals from largest to smallest. Okay, so remember whenever you want to compare decimals large to small, right? Make sure the number of decimal places is the same for all of them. If you look at this is 3 decimal places, 1, 2, 3. 3 decimal places, 1, 2, 3, also 3. This one only 2. So if it's only 2, you want to add a 0 behind to make sure it forms a 3 decimal place. The 0 has no impact on the value. Okay, it's just to help us compare easily across the 4 numbers. Since all starts with 7, now we compare the first decimal place. Notice that your first decimal place, this one is the largest. There's a 9 there. Okay, so there's a 9 here. So obviously that one is number 1. That's the largest one. All right, so option 1 and 2 is out then. Okay, cross out already. Okay, and the next one will be 3 and 3. So which one is larger? So this 309 is 390. You can see it like that. So obviously it will be 390. 390 is larger. So this is number 1, number 2. So obviously it will be option 3. The one you can check down the road, 7.309. Yes, that's the next one. Lightest or smallest will be 7.093. It's a 0 after the dots. So that's the smallest. Okay. Now the next one, which of the following is closest to 8? Okay, now when they say closest to 8, what they want, okay, when you say something is closest to 8, it means that the difference is the smallest difference between the two numbers. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to identify what's the difference between 8 and the 4 options here. The smallest difference would mean the closest. Okay, so the difference here for option 1, okay, I think I'm just going to put down the word diff one time. difference with 8. Difference between number and 8. So 7.5 and 8, right? The difference is actually 0.5. 8 minus 7.5 is 0.5. Okay, you can do the working. 8.1 minus 8, this difference is 0.1. Option 1 is out already, can tell it's larger difference. 7.95 and 8, the difference is actually 0.05. Okay, I shall not do the working, but if you do the working, this is what you should get. 8.498, this will be 0.49 difference. So can you all see which one is the smallest difference? Okay, so add a 0 behind to compare. Can you see the smallest difference is actually your option 3. That one is the closest to 8. This is 0.5. This one is 1, 0. This is 5, 0. The largest difference will be the first one. Okay, next. John bought the following fruits. Masses are all provided here. What was the total mass of the fruits bought? All right. So total mass, what you can do is just add all the fractions up. Let's just add the two fractions first. The 2 kg, I think, okay, we can just add together. So 2 kg plus 1/4 kg plus 2/3 kg. Now, in addition, right, whole number, the 2 here, right, can just leave it as 2. You do not need to change 2 to a fraction. You just leave it like that, can already. So now denominators make the same, both over 12 times 3 times 3 times 3 for this. The other one times 4, 8 over 12. So now you can add everything. This will be 2 and 11 over 12 kg. So that's option 4. Okay, number 7, a pot was filled with soup. Mrs. Tan poured half of it for her son and 2/7 of it for herself. What fraction of the soup was left in the pot? Okay, so what she poured for her son and what she poured for herself, you can actually add them together first, the total that she has poured all together. So both denominators make the same. This will be 7 over 14. Okay, I think I shall write it in the next slide. Still to So when you do addition and subtraction, remember denominators make the same. Okay, then this one will be 4 over 14. So what she poured for herself and for her son is 11 over 14. So now you want to find the left. You just take 1 whole minus 11/14, which will give us 3 over 14 of the pot left. Okay, I am a number with 2 decimal places. The digit 6 is in the ones place. The digit in the 10th place is 2 less than the digit in the ones place. Now, where is the ones place? Okay, so when you have decimals like that, right? This is your ones place. This is your 10th place. 10th place being there's a spelling TH with a TH behind. So it's the first decimal place. All right. So the digit 6 is in the ones place, right? We're just going to fill it up. 6 is here. Digit in the 10th place is 2 less than the ones place. So 2 less means 4. 6 minus 2. Oh, and there's a 100th place. So where is the 100th place? 100th place will be here. Okay, this is the 100th with a TH spelling. The digit in the 100th place is the largest odd number. Largest odd number is a 9. Okay, so round this number to the nearest 10. So now we need to round this off to the nearest 10, means that I look at the 10th place. Then 10th place is the one that should make adjustments. Neighbor on the right hand side is a strong number. So 4 can level up to 5. So the answer should be 6.5. Next, Bala is 0.05 meters taller than Paul. Zoe is 0.18 meters shorter than Bala. Zoe is 1.68 meters tall. How tall is Paul? So since they give us Zoe's height, we shall write that down first. Zoe is 1.68 meters tall. Now, let's look for sentences that have Zoe first, which I think is this one. Zoe is 0.18, shorter than Bala. So now I should work out Bala's height. So all these are just comparison statements. Okay, so take note, Zoe is shorter than Bala, so Bala is taller, which means that I need to add, not subtract. Now, if you do the addition for this on your own, you should get 1.86 meters for Bala. Finally, we can find Paul's height. They said Bala is 0.05 taller than Paul. Bala, this one, taller than Paul. So Paul is shorter. So since Paul is shorter, I have to use Bala's height to minus 0.05. So Paul is 1.81 meters. So option 3. Next, Nora paid $164.20 for some pillows and 4 bolsters. The pillows cost this much. How much did each bolster cost? Okay, so they said that the pillows cost $76.80. So what we're going to do is to find the cost of the 4 bolsters by subtracting the total from the by subtracting the pillows from the total. Okay, so the cost of the 4 bolsters. So this will be $87.40. So with that, now we can find out each bolster. Just do the division. Okay. I will not show the long division because I'm assuming that most of you should know how to do the long division by now. Okay, so that will be $21.85, option 2. Okay, moving on. Subtract 1/8 from 4. Express your answer as an improper fraction. When I say from 4, means you must take 4 first. 4 minus 1/8. Right? Now, for this kind of make a whole number minus fraction, right, in a subtraction, for minus, what you need to do is you need to re-express 4 as a mixed number. You cannot just take 4 like minus, you cannot do that, right? So you have to express 4 as a mixed number. So the best way is to take out 1 whole from 4. When you pull out 1 whole from 4, it becomes 3 wholes. And what you do to that 1 whole is you transform it into 8/8. Why I choose 8? Because the denominator in the second fraction is 8. So it's a very simple explanation. Okay, so 3 whole and 8/8, this is your 4, and minus 1/8, bring it down. So do the subtraction, this will be 3 whole and 7/8. Okay, now they say express your answer as an improper fraction, so just go on to change it to improper. So 3 whole and 7/8. 8 times 3 is 24, 24 plus 7 is 31. So 31/8. Okay, so that is your answer. I hope you all remember how to change mixed to improper. Then multiply these two first, then plus. So this 4 is the same as this one. Okay. Okay, in the number line, what is the mixed number represented by A? All right, so over here, this question, we have a 2 here. We have 1 whole and 2/3. Okay, then we have don't know what here. Then we have 2.5 here. All right, so what we can do is, okay, 2 to 2.5 with 3 spaces is harder to figure out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the denominator to something that is a multiple of 3 spaces, because this is like 3 intervals. Okay, from 2 to here is 1 gap, 2 gap, 3 gaps, 3 intervals. So 3 intervals, right? If I want to nicely find out what's the 2 fraction here, you should change 2 to a number that can be multiplied by 3 spaces. All right, so in this case means it's a 6. 2 whole and 3/6 will be the best to use. All right. Now with this 2 whole and 3/6, right, then you can start to figure out, because it's a 3/6. All right, so this is 2. So most likely here will be 2 whole and 1/6. Then this will be 2 whole and 2/6. So you see, that's the reason why I changed to denominator 6. Because 6, I can nicely, 3 over 6, I can nicely split them up. All right, so this will be 2 whole and 1 over 6. So that will be the answer. Okay, now next one, write a fraction between 1 over 3 and 1 over 4. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to draw a number line. All right, now 1 over 4 is smaller. So 1 over 4 put on the left side. 1 over 3 is bigger, put it on the right hand side. If you can't tell why, remember when back to our lower primary, two fractions with the same numerator means the bigger the bottom number, the bigger the bottom number is here, the smaller the whole fraction. So 1/4 is smaller than 1/3. Okay. Now I want a fraction between, so I want to find out what is this. And in order to do that, all right, what you can do is you can change the two denominators to be the same. So this will be 3 over 12. Just dump straight to that. This will be 4 over 12. Now you realize it's still difficult from here because 3/12 and 4/12. Then here, I don't know, I can't put anything that's between 3 and 4, right? So if you can't do that, never mind. Go on to change again. Okay, go on to change again. So how do I go on to change it again? You can multiply 2 to the top and bottom. Just choose the next smallest number, which is a 2. You times 1 also no use, right? Okay, so I'm going to multiply 2 to the top and bottom, which will be 6 over 24. Same over here, this will be 8 over 24. Do you realize now it's easy to compare 6 and 8? Between 6 and 8, you can easily figure out that this middle number is 7 over 24. And that's our simplest. Okay, express 7 whole and 1 over 20 as a decimal. So to put it as a decimal means the denominator I change to 100 first. So 7 whole and 5 over 100. Once this is done, you can now put 7 point. So 5 over 100 means you need to have 2 decimal place here, 0, 0, and then 5, oh sorry, no, my mistake. Okay, 5 goes to the second decimal place, so 7.05. This one is 100th place. Okay, so 7.05. Now next, 6 ones plus 12 10 plus 400. So 6 ones, this one is a 6. 12 tens means 12 divided by 10. So 12 divided by 10 means 12 over 10, you can see it. So 12 over 10, which is 12 divided by 10. Now when you do division by 10, right, you don't have to do long division. What you can do is you can just move the decimal point backwards one time. Okay, I'm not sure if you have learned this before, but if you've never learned this, it's okay. Another way to look at it is tens means your answer must have one, most likely must have one decimal place. All right, so this will be 1.2. All right, so actually this way is very easy. 12 divided by 10 means your decimal point move backwards one space. Why one space? Because 10 is 1 0. So move division, so you move backwards. So that's how you get a 1.2. Okay, next is 400. So same thing. All right, 10 and 100 is all division, not times. Without TH, then it's times. With TH is divide. So same over here, 4 over 100, 4 divided by 100. Actually, 4 over 100 is easy. You can tell it's like 0.04. Or it's 4 divide 100 also can. Okay, finally we can add them together. So if you add them together, notice that this will be 7 point something because 6 plus 1. 6 ones plus 1 ones here, 7 ones. Then 0.2, this one is a 2. And then lastly is a 4, so 7.24. Okay, now this one, find the value of 28.67 divided by 7. So 28.67 dividing it by 7. Okay, so let's do the division. So this will be 4. Bring down the 6. The dot bring up. 6 divided by 7 is 0. 67 divided by 7 would be 9. Now don't stop here, because when the question says correct to 2 decimal place, you need your answer to be at least 3 decimal place. Then you can round off to 2 decimal place. So you need to go on to add one more zero behind. Bring it down. 40 divided by 7 is 5. Subtract. Now you can stop here, because now you see your answer have 1, 2, 3 decimal place already. Okay, so with this 3 decimal place, now you can round off to 2 decimal place. So this will give us 4 point. So this one will move to here. This one will spread to here. So it becomes 4.10. Now you still must put a 0 in the second decimal place, even though it's the same as 4.1. Okay, I know some of you will say, but this is just 4.1 what? All right. Why I say must still put a 0? Because when the question says two decimal place, final answer must reflect 2 decimal place. Sorry. Final answer must reflect 2 decimal place. Okay, so that's the reason why we keep a 0 there. Okay, next one. What are the missing numbers in the box? So this one is decimal subtraction. So you have a 5 minus something to give you 8. Obviously, 5 cannot minus anything to give you 8. So it must mean that the 5 is actually a 15. So 15 minus 7 will give you 8. So B is 7 for sure. Okay, just put 7 there. Okay, now the next one is the 0 here. 0 minus 6. Okay, obviously this has to be a 10 in the first place. So don't forget, this one from the 15 here, right? The one next to the 5 that I put here has to be borrowed, has to be regrouped from the 10 here. Okay, so that means your 10 actually cancelled to become a 9. That's how I get a 1 here. Then I can place a 1 here. So now 9 minus 6 give you 3. This is correct already. Then lastly, what minus 1 give you 4? This one no need borrowing because 9 is just 9 on its own. So this will be oh sorry, no. No. Okay, so in the first place, how we get 10 here is because it was regrouped from here also. All right. So what minus 1 give you 4? You will think it's a 5 at first. But don't forget, because I need regrouping to happen for here, hence the 5 must be larger. It must be larger than that. All right. So in order for it to be larger means it should be a 6. Okay, so this should be a 6. Because only with a 6, then you can sort of cancel to turn it into a 5. Then only then the 1 happens here. All right, if you're afraid that you're making mistakes, just double check by doing the subtraction. 5.95 minus 1.67. See whether you get 4.3. Okay. Now, Henry and Jason had the same amount of money. Jason bought 5 comic books. Then after that, Henry had 4 times as much money as him. How much did Jason have left after buying the comic books? All right, so let's see how much Jason has spent first. Jason bought 5 comic books, right? All right, so 5 books means 5 times the $15.60. I shall not show the side working for this. You'll just check whether you have $78. This is what Jason paid for. So in your working, you will have 78.00. You can put away the 0.00, $78, you'll be the same thing. All right, so now what we should do first is, since they started off with telling us same amount of money, and then Jason spent $78, and then they told us, and in the end, Harry had 4 times as much as him. Okay, so same and 4 times. This is the before information, this is the after information. Both are units information. When both are units information, the best way is to use model to solve. All right, so in this case, I'm going to draw model, one for Henry, one for Jason. So we're going to start off with drawing same model size. Okay, same model size, Henry and Jason. Now, so Jason bought 5 comic books. Jason spent $78. Then in the end, Henry has 4 times as much as him. So Jason, we're going to shake away what he spent. So this is the $78 that he has spent. So with that, now you can label your 4 units and 1 unit. So don't have to cut. Okay, if you can't nicely cut into 4 unit and 1 unit is okay, don't cut. So in the end, and Henry had 4 times. Henry had 4 units. So Henry throughout this thing is 4U. No change for Henry, right? Jason, whatever is left here, this will be treated as the 1 unit. I hope you all can tell that now the 3 units difference, 4U minus 1U, 3 units is your $78. So of course, work out 1 unit. So 1 unit is $26. Now they ask you how much did Jason have left after buying a comic book. So whatever Jason is left is the white color part, which is 1 unit. So that's the answer, $26. Okay, question 19. So identical rectangles shown here. How many more rectangles must be shaded to have 4/5 of the figure shaded? All right, so 4/5 figure shaded means that denominator 5, you have to try to change it to the total rectangles shown here. So let's count how many rectangles are here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 rows of 5, that's 20 rectangles. So 4/5. Okay, we are going to change denominator to 20, which is times 4 to the bottom, times 4 to the top. So you need 16 over 20 to be shaded. So right now, we obviously do have 16 shaded lah. So let's count how many shaded. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 shaded. All right, so 9 shaded means I need another 7 more. 7 more rectangles to be shaded. So just subtract. Okay, next, the table shows the books donated by 90 students. So all these numbers at the bottom row adds up to 90. Now, you need to take true or false. So 1/3 of the students donated 1 book. Okay, so let's see, those who donate 1 book, there are 30 people who donated 1 book. So 30 people out of 90 people donated 1 book. So let's simplify this. Cancel, cancel, 0 become 3/9. 3/9 is actually 1/3. So that means this statement is true. Now the next one, half of the students donated more than 2 books. Okay, so half of the students bought more than 2 books. If it's more than 2 books means our focus would be this part, 3 books and 4 books. Okay, so you don't count those who got 2 books or lower. Okay, you count those who read 3 books and 4 books only. So that will be 13 and 10 students. So 13 plus 10, which is 23 students. If you see 23 students, right, it's not even half of 90. Okay, so 23 out of 90 is not equals to half. All right, so that's only 23 over 90. Who read more than 2 books? So this is not equals to half. So this is the fourth statement. Okay, question 21. Mr. Lim and his child are traveling together. Which mode of transportation is cheaper? How much can he save? All right, so you have mode A transport, mode B transport. So if you, for this case, what we should do is we should go on to calculate the 2 different modes. Okay, so let's do mode A on the left-hand side, mode B on the right-hand side later on. This is how we organize the workings. Calculate how much he will be spending if he use mode A versus mode B. So Mr. Lim is an adult, right? And the son is a child. All right, so simply just add adult for mode A plus the child ticket. Okay, is it one child only? Yeah, one son only. All right, so just simply add them together. This will be $21.40. Let's do mode B. So mode B is 1680 plus 540. This will be $22.20. Okay, so of course we can see that mode A is cheaper. And it asks you how much can you save? When it says save means you want the difference between the two modes. Okay, that's the amount of savings to save up as compared to the other one. So take the difference. This will be 80 cents difference. Okay, question 22. Doreen had some beads for sale. She sold 1/3 of the beads in the morning and 2/5 of the beads in the afternoon. All right. So morning, you know she sold 1/3. No need to draw model for this. All right, it's not necessary because both denominators represent the same total. So it's okay to just do it like that without the model. Right? So what we're going to do is to find out the left. Before that, I can make the denominators the same. This will be 5/15. This will be 6/15. So to find left, just use our 1/2 minus the morning minus the afternoon. You get 4/15. 1. Okay, easy. Now Doreen had 28 beads left. Okay, how many beads did she have at first? So remember the left, we have found the fraction 4/15. So we can say that 4/15 of the beads represents 28 beads. Be careful, do not use equal sign for this. Must use arrow. Because equal sign means numerically 4 out of 15 is always equal to 28, which is not true. Alright. Now my next step is to find 1 unit. So 1 out of 15 unit means you take 28 divided by 4. It's the 4 units that represents 28, not the 15. So there's 7. You want at first. At first means 1/2 means 15 out of 15. So 7 times 15. So that works out to be 105 beads. Okay. Last question. Is it the last one? Yeah, last one. 8 apples and an orange cost $8.60. 4 apples and an orange cost $5. Okay, so this is how I write down 8 apples plus 1 orange. Orange I put OR. Now O sounds like it looks like a 10. Okay, this is equals to $8.60. 4 apples plus 1 orange equals to $5. Okay, so what I can do next is look at the difference between the two equations. Notice that the two equations, all right, they share one orange in common. So you can get rid of the orange. To get rid of the orange, you just need to take the difference between both equations. Find the difference. Now, but of course, when you find the difference, naturally it means that your apples minus apples, you will end up with 4 apples. Orange, orange, no difference really. Taken away. $8.60 minus $5 will be the cost of the 4 apples. So now we can find the cost of 1 apple. Just do the division. Okay, so it's 90 cents. Right? Now the next one, find the cost of an orange. Okay, so to find the cost of an orange, easy, because remember earlier on, we already know 4 apples is $3.60. Okay, so now to find 1 orange, just use the second equation here. Take $5 minus your $3.60. Which will give us $1.40. Right? So that's it for today. Okay, so I hope this session has been helpful. Okay, thank you.